Good evening, Sarah, and good evening, Mario.
Good evening, Ed.
Di ba dumarating, Mario, yung salamin mo?
Medyo, dapat
Baka
kanina tinanggal ako.
mag-magnifying glass ka naman dyan.
Oo nga, medyo malay mo, kung bigay mo sa sa optical, baka kumita pa ako.
Let's wait for the other judges. Hello, Diane.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello, good evening, Dayan. And yung no, yung accounting hindi kasama yung contest, no? Okay.
Hi. Hello. Hello.
Good evening, Alma.
Good evening po. Kumusta?
Na ito, katatapos na ng dinner.
Ano ulam natin dyan?
Kilawin mo siya makulit.
Ah! Welcome po sa Maharlika.
Hello, good evening.
The last time naka-attend ako ng Maharlika na face-to-face was 2008.
Wow, ang tagal na po pala. Kailan kaya ulit kayo makaka-attend ng hybrid meeting namin? After this.
After this. Hybrid ba to? Yung... Saan ba kayo nag-meet? Last time na alam ko sa Jade Vine eh.
Ang tagal na nun. Marami na kaming nalipatan since then. Teka, hindi ko pala na-add si Kenley sa sa group natin. Let me just add Kenley, ha?
Nagbiro na nga, nag-joke na nga siya doon eh. Ay, doon ba yun sa group?
Hindi, dito sa group na to. Wait lang. Okay, since nandiyan naman si Sarah and most of the judges, let's start with the briefing. So of course, ang ating requirement is that all the judges are eligible, or that is to say paid member. Lahat naman paid member, right?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you. Very good. Okay. Yung meron dito kasing dito naman nakalagay sa eligibility the judges kung candidate ka for the next district position is applicable sa area, region, and district level. So wala tayong issue dito whether or not you will be candidate for the next position, for the next district position, kasi club contest lang to. Now the next is yung dito kasi ang contest natin can be hybrid, but since puro Zoom participants lang tayo ngayon, so all the contestants are in Zoom. Ngayon, all the judges kailangan anonymous, so it's okay if you want to change your name or not during our actual meeting. Hindi naman kasi kayo identified as judges, but you can, if you want, you can rename yourself as judge. Yun lang, judge lang. So that's okay. Ngayon, I already submitted to you or sent you the ballot. Nakuha niyo ba ang ballots dun sa ating group chat? Were you able to get the ballots?
Yes.
Kasi you have to judge according to the criteria for the ballot. No. So now, how do you select what do we do with the winner? Or kasi lahat kayo you will give first and second place decisions, So kung ano yung, you can do it this way, you can write the first and second place and i-message nyo sa messenger si Sarah. Sarah is our chief judge. So the first question pala na kailangan tanungin sa inyo is, are you friends with Sarah on FB Messenger?
No.
Or you have to go back to our group chat, click Sarah C's name, and then add her as a friend para ma-receive niya yung message niyo. So kahit na hindi niyo na ilagay sa ballot yung sagot niyo, kasi yung ballot, you don't have to give Sarah the entire ballot. No? Yun lang portion sa baba ng ballot.
Okay.
And then fill it up, write it down, take a picture of it or screenshot, and then send it to Sarah. Or kung ayaw niyong gawin yun, just type in number 1, ito yung contestant. Number 2, ito yung contestant name. Type in nyo lang sa messenger. Do you think you can do that? Okay. So next is, if you don't have any question with that, si Sarah naman, Sarah, you can send the result or the judges' decisions or the judges' ballot to Janice. Janice, there is a form called the tally form. Yung tally form, later on, i-explain ko kay Janice kung paano, or you can discuss, Sarah can talk to Janice later kung paano i-fill up yung form. Pero yung mechanism natin for the judges is that we will submit all the results by messenger to Sarah, and Sarah will forward to Janice for tallying. Klaro ba yan? Klaro ba yung sa
Yes, pa.
result?
Okay. Noted pa.
Next. So remember, for judging, the purpose of a speech contest is to pick the winner to represent the club in the area. So ang ating is kung sino yung based on the performance at the present contest, hindi yung ina-expect yung future performance ang pagpili ng winner. We are also not here to evaluate or mentor the speaker. So kung hindi bawang parang nahihirapan yung speaker, huwag kayong magsasend ng message dun sa speaker to guide the speaker kung ano yung dapat gawin. Also, please judge based on the judging criteria, not personal preference or past performance or future winnability. Ngayon, Sarah, one of the things that you will do pala is you need to choose a tiebreaker judge. You don't have to tell that to me. Ang ibig lang sabihin nun, if you choose a tiebreaker judge, hindi isasama ni Janice yung boto na yon sa tally sheet niya. Hindi niya isasama yun and you won't give it to Janice. You will, let's say lang nag-tie ang ating contestant, parehong first place, kasi dalawa ang contestant natin. Ang mangyayari doon is kung sino yung first place doon sa judge, sa tiebreaker judge, yun ang magiging first place. Kung sino yung second place sa tiebreaker judge, yun ang magiging second place. Okay? So, if you will notice, dun sa ating judging criteria, sa humorous speech lang pala tayo, no other contest except humorous speech. Content is 55, delivery is 30%, and language is 15. So, yan ang ating criteria na sinusunod. Now, how about technical consideration? According to the rules, video and audio quality is not part of the judging criteria. So, kung pangit ang background ng contestant, then we are not supposed to judge the background. Ngayon, timer, Rodney, ikaw magbibigay ng time, same principle, red, green, yellow, green, yellow, and red. At the 5-minute, 6-minute, and 7-minute mark respectively. Ngayon, the judges, you're not supposed to take into consideration ng time. So, halimbawa, nakita nyo, nag-overtime yung speaker. You're not supposed to place the speaker in the last place. Kasi, halimbawa, mataas ang tingin yung score niya dapat. Kaya lang nakita nyo overtime siya. Hindi nyo babaguhin yung score nyo, no? Ganun pa rin ang score niya. Number 1 pa rin siya. Kung saan tingin nyo, number 1 pa rin siya. Ignore the time, in other words. Ngayon, halimbawa naman, nagkaroon tayo ng technical difficulty like napapansin nyo, parang ang pangit na ng audio. No? If you feel that the audio is difficult to hear. Kung namang tingin nyo naman, hindi man naapektuhan yung judging ability niyo, then continue judging. Ngayon, kung halimbawang may problema kayo, you can message the chief judge na may tech failure kayo. No? Kasi kung kayo lang ang may tech failure, the chief judge will ignore your ballot kasi baka hindi nyo ma-judge fairly yung contest. Okay. Anong gagawin naman natin kung ang nagkaroon ng failure, yung speaker, lahat tayo maayos yung signal? Sa rules, ang pwede natin gawin ganito, no? Let's go to that part. So, ba nakita yun? Teka, ha? Ayan. Kung halimbawa the contestant's video has a problem or the disconnection, the contestant is given 1 minute to rejoin the room. No? If the contestant is unable to rejoin the room in 1 minute, it can be a ground for disqualification. If the contestant is able to join in 1 minute, the timer, Rodney, you will add a 30-second extension to the contestant's time. So kung naputol siya tapos nag-rejoin siya within 1 minute, you add a 30-second consideration. I-adjust mo yung time niya by 30 seconds. No?
Okay.
Para hindi siya ma-overtime. Okay. Ngayon, according to the rules dito,
Sir,
actually,
sorry,
yes.
Sorry. Nakat kanina po ng orientation. Ilan po ulit yung yung time for the contest?
5, 6, 7, Bali 7 minutes tayo.
Okay.
So, sa timer, kapag ang speaker speaks for less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds, disqualified yun. You have to alert the judge that there's a disqualification. The chief judge pala, the chief judge. If the speaker speaks for more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds, disqualification din yun. You have to alert the chief judge. Okay. if both contestants gets disqualified for overtime, we will not have a contestant for the humorous speech contest. Yun ang unfortunate result ng rule na yan. So, ganun talaga. Kaya, let's be careful with the time. Let's make sure na tama yung pagta-time natin. Para fair. Clear ba tayo tungkol dun sa internet connection failure? Okay lang kayo dyan, no? So, si Jonathan yata kasi meron siyang... Jonathan, you have a meeting later, no? After this.
Yes, I do have.
So, after you submit your ballot, it's okay. You can leave the meeting. We will just give you the news kung sino yung nanalo ultimately.
No worries. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So lahat ng communication natin is via FB Messenger. Kasi nakakatakot ba accidentally pag ginamit nyo yung chat message ng Zoom, ba accidentally mapadla nyo sa lahat. So, baka hindi dapat pinapadla sa lahat yung message. So, avoid communicating via Zoom. Okay. Ngayon, we don't need to give you the SMS or ano. Pwede naman tayong mag-communicate via tawag dito, Messenger. But kung halimbawang mahirapan kayong mako-connect sa Messenger because of your internet connection and you want to notify us na nagka-problema kayo, that's what happened. You can message me by phone. No, I'll send you my cell phone number later. During the contest, you have to keep your audio muted. Ngayon, what about protests? Protest. In any contest, only the judges and the contestants can file a protest. And tatlong bagay lang ang pwedeng i-protest. No? Eligibility, originality, and referencing other contestants from the same contest. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng referencing other contestants or other speeches from the same contest? Kung may kwento yung isang speaker, tapos minention yung kwento na yon nung sumunod na contestant, then madi-disqualify yung contestant na yun. But we have to be practical. Mamaya mo, aksidente lang na hindi naman niya minention, nagkataon lang nakasama sa speech niya yung ganong topic. Siyempre, we have to be practical. No? But pag parang mukhang kinote siya or nag-allude sa kanyang speech yung contestant, the contestant will be disqualified. Yun yung referencing another speaker. Eligibility, of course, we have test. Yung mga contestant ngayon is eligible kasi members love to March 31. So, siguro naman wala tayong maging protest sa eligibility. Now, the originality ang medyo difficult to prove kasi humorous speech contest to. As long as the entire speech is not based on a previous speech na na-encounter na ninyo, then we can say that the speech is original. Kasi mahirap naman magkwenta ng 25%. 25% lang ang allowed na non-original portion and quoted dapat. Yun ang rule. Kaya lang mahirap mag-verify. So as long as you feel na hindi nyo pa naririnig yung speech na yun, then you can consider that speech original. Okay. So this is humorous speech. Kaya itong ibang rule about the number of speeches delivered does not apply. Teka. So yun lang. No? Ang reminder lang is please complete the eligibility for the certificate of eligibility para lang sa contest na to. Are we clear with these guidelines?
Yes po.
Okay. So ngayon, pakikita ko lang sa inyo yung ballot just so we can be clear about what to look for. Sandali lang ha. Let me just share the ballot. Sorry, napatagal. Okay, so this is the humorous speech palette. So I don't know how your style is, no, but when it comes to scoring, but you can use this ballot scoring guide. You add the total, and then you can type the first name and the first placer and the second placer here at the bottom. So physical refers to gestures, but there's an explanation naman dun sa likod. Content, delivery, and language. So you can use this to guide yourself in judging the contest. The other thing naman para naman dun sa sa ating, for the purpose of our tallier. Yung tally sheet magiging ganito naman ang itsura. So Janice, this is how the tally sheet works. Ano? You write the name of the judges in this column, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the name of the contestant in this column. Kasi meron tayong, ang speaking order natin is Bong, first speaker, and Jobel, ang second speaker. So for example, si Rojan made Bong first place. Bong gets 3. And siyempre si Jobel second place, Jobel gets 2. For example, kay Kenley, si Bong is only second place at si Jobel ang first place. Then Bong gets 2 points and Jobel gets 3 points, and so on and so forth. Tapos, i-add mo yung totals dito. No? And whoever has the highest total is the winner. Clear ba yan, Janice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, it's possible na magkaroon yan ng tie. Pwedeng mangyari na total ni Bong ay 12 at ang total ni Jobel ay 12. Pwede mangyari yun. Nangyari yun, then kukunin ninyo ni Sarah yung tiebreaker judge. Whoever is the tiebreaker judge. Kung sino yung first place sa tiebreaker judge, yun ang ilalagay mo ritong first place. Kung sino yung second place sa tiebreaker judge, yun ang magiging second place dito. So, clear ba yan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sa timer na yan naman.
Sir, question lang. Yung mga judges, paano nila ibibigay sa akin yung mga scores nila?
Si Sarah ang magbibigay sa'yo ng scores ng judges kasi ibibigay ng judges kay Sarah yung kanilang result.
Okay, sige. Actually, she sent me a message already.
Okay, so sa timer naman, let's open with, ikaw naman Rodney, ganito yung itsura ng timer, no? So, lagay mo lang dito yung contestant, tapos yung time in minutes and seconds. Dalawa naman yung contestant, Rodney, so it should not be difficult. Okay lang ba sa yan, Rodney? Teka, Rodney, nandiyan ka ba? Nawala si Rodney.
Andyan po siya, Sir Ed.
Okay. So anyway, this is how the timing sheet works. Okay, so meron pa bang gusto kayong i-clear? By the way, nag-request din ako ng additional role kay Mario. Mario will later on be a counter and haha counter, and Diane will be an evaluator later. Pero Mario, hindi kasama yung sa accounting yung contest. Rodney, pagka in-announce mo yung time mamaya, hindi kasama yung time ng contestant sa announcement ng time mamaya kapag nag-report ka as timer during the meeting. Kasi timer ka rin sa meeting. Clear ba yan?
Clear.
Okay, so if everything is clear, we can now wait for 7:30 before we can open the meeting. So let's count how many judges do we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 judges. Ikaw na lang bahala, Sarah, to decide. Where's Sarah? Okay, ikaw na lang bahala, Sarah, to decide. So ang judges natin ay si Mario, Jonathan, Rojan, Kenley, and Dayan, and Alma. So again, Mario, Jonathan, Alma, Dayan, Kenley, and Rojan. Yan ang ating judges. Ang ating tallier is Janice at ang ating timer is Rodney. Okay. Clear na ba yan? So if it's clear, you can now rename yourselves. You can now rename yourself so that we can rename yourself as judge. No? Okay, so thank you for the judge, for everyone. Let's wait for the meeting to start.
Thank you, sir.
Sir Ed, start na po tayo.
Wait lang, I post ko lang. Ayaw mag-click yung ano kasi. Hindi ko ma-share. Okay. Hello, Charmaine, and hello. Who else is here? Okay. Can anyone Hindi yata nalagay yung ano.
Okay.
Okay, let's start.
Good evening, everyone. And as the club president of Maharlika Toastmasters Club, I now open our meeting at 7:30. Just a friendly reminders. Please disable your HD video in Zoom setting. Close any other application that is using unnecessary bandwidth. Keep your microphone on mute when not speaking. Keep your video on while a speaker is delivering a speech. When delivering a speech, evaluation, or report, please make sure you can say the timer's video. And let's just play our invocation, national anthem, and the Toastmasters promise.
Let us bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today. May you bestow your guidance and blessings so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone who are present here today, that each one of us may be able to share our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom for your glory and honor. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We all ask of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, labas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay, upang sa langit mong bangaw, ay nilagang tulad awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may di magtitindig. Luman ang araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities.
And for the non-Toastmasters guests, please let me give you an overview of what is Toastmasters. This began as a series of speaking club organized by Rox Medley during his time working for the YMCA in Bloomington, Illinois, United States. In March 24, 1905, Smedley decided to organize a club where they could learn these skills in a social environment. Today, Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization, educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of 15,800 clubs in 149 countries. And to give you overviews about Maharlika Toastmasters Club, this club was founded by Ernesto D. Tiapco and chartered on July 11, 1980. The Maharlika Toastmasters Club is one of the most active, diverse, and fun clubs in the city of Manila, dedicated to developing communication and leadership skills. And we meet every Tuesday at 7:30, same time, same Zoom link. And tonight, we are going to have our humorous speech contest. And let me introduce our contest Toastmaster and Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Ed Pabonan.
Thank you and good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening to our guests. I'm making sure that all the contestants are here. I can see Bong, but can somebody help me contact Jovel? Because once I start the contest, and if Jovel is not yet here, he will be disqualified. So meanwhile, let me acknowledge the presence of some guests, like Diane Kapule. Hello, Diane.
Hello, good evening.
Diane, are you a Toastmaster from another club?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Very good. So you're going to witness a meeting where there's both a contest and an educational program. Also, Dr. Ye de la Peña. Hello, Dr. de la Peña.
Hello, hi, good evening, everyone.
Are you from another Toastmasters club or a guest observing here?
Yeah, just observing, sir.
All right. Thank you. And now I can see that Jovel is here. His name here is Joey Fernandez. Let me see. Let's make sure that there's no other guest that I might have missed. Okay. Rodney is our timer. So let's first begin with the humorous speech contest. What is the purpose of the humorous speech contest? The humorous speech contest, the club level humorous speech contest. Wait a minute, I didn't know that my video is off. Okay. The club humorous speech contest is intended to select the representatives for the area contest that will be held on January 28, 1 p.m. also via Zoom. The humorous speech contest is one of the 4 contests in the Toastmasters, one of the 5 contests that the Toastmasters conduct every year. And it is a 5 to 7 minute speech. So there will be 2 contestants in this category. The contestants are asked to be mindful of the time, because if you speak for less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds or more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. The contestants have been briefed about the rules, but I'm going to repeat this for everyone. The speech must be substantially original, and the contestants must not quote or reference the speech of the previous contestant, or also mention the previous contestant in his or her speech. The contestants and the judges may protest based on eligibility and originality, and also based on violation of the said rule about not referencing the previous contestants. But once the contest master, the contest chair declares the winner, no protests will be entertained. The results will be final. For the contestants, in case that you have problems connecting, if you get disconnected, you will be given 1 minute to connect. And if you're able to connect within 1 minute, the timer will give you an extra 30 seconds to continue your speech. However, that is only a one chance setup. If you are disconnected again, you can be disqualified. All right, there is no need for the contestants to be placed in a waiting room while the other contestant is delivering a speech. So this contest can be seen by everyone. The contestants now are out here. For the judges, I'd like to mention the speaking order of the contestant. Contestant number 1 will be Bong Pestañas. Contestant number 2 will be Jovel Fernandez. Are the judges, chief judge, are the judges ready?
Yes, po.
Oh, by the way, before I proceed, Jovel, you have not yet given me the title, so maybe you can just message me. Contestants, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we shall begin the contest. Speaker number 1, Bong Pestañas. Foot in the mouth. Foot in the mouth. Bong Pestañas.
Test mic. Can everybody hear me? All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, did you feel that? Or did you even hear that? I didn't hear anything. Most people call it dead air. And for the life of me, I've been trying to avoid it as much as I can. People have known me as a very talkative person. So, in order to clear the dead air, I sometimes ask very inappropriate questions at inopportune times. I was discussing with my friend, and the discussion led to finance, the economy. And he told me, man, things are so hard right now. I couldn't even eat sisig properly because there's more pork in it and no onions. Onions are very expensive nowadays. And so I asked him, I've known you as a hotshot lawyer, earning the big bucks. What happened? Well, a combination of things. Plus, my salary won't even fit the lifestyle that I am leading. So I asked him, how much do you really earn? And so he gave me a figure. Little did we know that his wife was within earshot of our conversation. And there was this loud screech. What? You are earning this much? And you barely give me 10% of that earning? Well. Things are about to change. I need a new Louis Vuitton bag. I need a vacation abroad. And most of all, I need a clear payslip from this day forward. My friend gave me the dagger looks and told me, man, you better leave. Or I or my wife would give you a world of hurting. And so I left, dejected. And then I recalled one incident when I was photographing this big hotshot event. Now, I won't mention the organization because it's very private and it involves a lot of very powerful individuals. So I was shooting this beautiful woman, and she had the beauty that could start wars. And I was thoroughly entertained, not minding my surroundings, when she said, Daddy! And I turned around and saw an older gentleman walking with a cane, marching towards us. Come here and take a picture with us. Okay, so I dutifully took their pictures. Couple of shots, couple of wacky ones, but more sweet ones. And then the woman left, probably to mingle with our other friends. And so the older gentleman walked towards me. And then I felt that dead air again. So, to clear it up, I asked him, Sir, how are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm doing fine. You have a lovely daughter over there. With wide eyes, he looked straight into me and said, That is my wife. And you know, when I said that woman can start wars, the bodyguards have descended on me. Fortunately, I was also trained in running fast. So I got out of there before the war started. There I realized that you shouldn't be asking inappropriate questions at inappropriate times. But then I couldn't help myself. I was in this car ride with this older woman. I have known her for maybe a few years, but I don't know enough about her to really focus on what her background was and what her life story is. So the discussion went on and on, talking about stuff about life, talking about our hometowns, and then I unfortunately asked her, Oh, you're from this place. I know some people there. Maybe you went to school with her. What was your maiden name? Oh, my maiden name is my name. Here I was thinking that, wow, this successful, beautiful woman must be married with kids and maybe even grandkids. Little did I know that she was a spinster. She was a single blessed woman. Fortunately, she had her wits about her and didn't kick me out of her car. And the kicker about all this story was when we got to our destination, she even bought me coffee. I couldn't tell you how embarrassed I was while sipping on that cup, thinking about all the inappropriate questions I have posted in inappropriate times. Mind you, dead air is not a thing or not even a problem if you would just like to keep your mouth shut. Good evening.
1 minute of silence for the judges to complete their ballot. Rodney, can you remind me if the 1 minute is up? So
Yes, sir.
our lesson so far, 3 things that you shouldn't ask from a woman: her age, her weight, and her maiden name.
One minute is up, Sir Ed.
Okay. Let me ask our second contestant to test his mic first.
Mic test, mic test.
Very good. Contestant number 2, Jovel Fernandez. Hey, daddy. Hey, daddy. Jovel Fernandez.
At the age of 25, I really wanted to be a daddy. I really wanted to settle down and have a beautiful family. 5 years after, I was still single. In fact, I was still not in a relationship. I told myself, hey, at the age of 35, I should be married and have a beautiful family, and definitely with kids. With a beautiful wife, that I don't know. I was hoping to have a beautiful wife also, but I just don't know if that will happen. But what I wanted was to have a beautiful family with kids. At the age of 35, nothing happened. I was still single. I was not even in a relationship. I started to date a couple of, beautiful women. Yes, they're beautiful, but they didn't like me. But that's okay. That's okay. Life is fair. Life is fair. I told myself at the age of 40, I should be married. But 5 years after, still I was single. Not in a relationship, but definitely I was happy. I was happy being a single. Last, at the age of 45, I should be married with kids. But 5 years after, when I reached my 45th birthday, I was happy. I was having parties with my friends, but I was still single. Nothing happened. I thought I would never get married anymore. I thought I would never have kids. But that wasn't true. Age of 47, no, 46. Sorry, I forgot. At the age of 46, I became an instant father. I was not married. Yes, I became an instant father out of the blue. I was very happy when I became a father. I got this beautiful daughter with a beautiful eyes, fair skin, She's so lovely. One day, I brought her out. And the people were asking, hey, who's that beautiful baby? Is that the baby of your brother, sister? And no, she's my baby. She's my daughter. How can it be? I couldn't believe that I have a daughter and my daughter was that beautiful. Why? Why you couldn't believe that she's my daughter? See, she's beautiful, very nice skin, and it's so different from me. But no choice. I have to accept that because truly my daughter is really very pretty and she's so fair and nice skin and not unlike the father who's just full of pimples, rough skin. So people wouldn't believe that she's my daughter. One day, you're walking down the road. I was with one of my helper, and one lady asked me, "Hey, is that your daughter?" Yes. Okay. And she's your wife? Oh, no. She's the one taking care of my daughter. Okay. Then she asked my daughter, hey, baby, where's your mom? You know, she's not my biological daughter. She's my adopted daughter. And I already conditioned her mind when she was young. Baby, okay, your mom is actually abroad. She's working in Singapore, but she decided to leave us. So your mom is actually with another man. She left us. So when the man asked my daughter, hey, where's your mom? Or our mom left us already. She's with another man. Or I don't know, probably she's dead already. That's what my daughter told the man. And the man told, and the man laughed. Hey, is that true? Yeah, it's true. You know? So that's how I conditioned my daughter. When every time someone would ask her, she would simply say, oh, my mom is abroad and she left us. Now, she was probably around 4 years old when she was asked that question. Now she's 5, getting older, getting matured, and she seriously asked me question, Dad, where's my mom? Who's my mom? Because she knew that her cousins are also adopted. You know, I've got 3 other siblings, and all of us, all guys, and all of us adopted babies. No one has a biological baby. And one day, she was teasing the daughter of one of my brothers. Hey, you're not daughter of you're not this Tito is not your real father. You're not. Didn't she know that she's also an adopted baby? But now, every time she would ask me if who's my mom, I would simply tell her, your mom is, as I told you, she's abroad. No, is she coming back, Daddy? I don't know. But for now, since I'm your father, I'll make sure that I'm gonna love you with all my heart. So that's my life as a daddy. Good evening.
Okay, 1 minute of silence for the judges to complete their ballots. So the 4th question you shouldn't ask a woman is, who's your daddy? Now, for the judges, once you complete your ballots, please send it to our chief judge. By the way, our chief judge is from UECP Toastmasters Club, Sarah C. And Sarah can then send the ballots to our tallier. You can communicate with the chief judge via messenger. Sarah, we will proceed with the program later after this contest. So while we are proceeding, you can consult with our tallier for the results. Timer, you can notify me if the 1 minute is up.
Sir Ed, 1 minute is up.
All right. So that concludes our humorous speech contest. Thank you to all the participants. And we shall announce the results later after the chief judge has consulted with the judges and the tallier. So for the meantime, we can continue with the rest of the program. And our program for this evening is about humor. It's just for fun. Why do we have this sort of program? Because humor is important in making your speech more interesting and in making you connect better with your audience. In fact, sometimes, even if you do not have a lot of things to say, if you are able to entertain the audience, you will be able to get their sympathy. And getting the audience sympathy is one step closer to delivering a message to your audience. So we must practice humor. So hopefully, all the participants in this meeting will try to deliver a joke or a knock-knock joke. Does anyone have a knock-knock joke? Before we continue, I'm going to ask the word master, Enzo, to deliver our word of the evening. So can I call our word master, Enzo? Oops, sorry, I shared the wrong portion. Okay, there. So Enzo, take it away.
Enzo, you're muted.
Oh, that's a big meme. So, let me repeat. So, hi Toastmasters, good evening. Broadcasting live in Ilocos region from the home of Umbrella Rocks. My name is Enzo, and the word for tonight is meme. Not Mimi, not Meme, not Meme, not meme, or not meme with an H. It's meme. So to give you a little backstory of the word, it is Richard Dawkins who invented and developed the meme theory in the year 1976. In his book entitled The Selfish Gene, Dawkins used the term to refer to any cultural entity that an observer might consider a replicator. So meme is an idea, behavior, style, or image typically humorous in nature that is spread via internet, often through social media platforms associated with parody of a certain video, situation, and from famous personalities that has gone viral. So let me give you an example. Recently, or in a sentence, I'll use it in a sentence. Recently, Donalyn Bartolome's toxic positivity has gone viral through memes from creative netizens on different social media platforms. Okay, so anyone would like to give or to use meme in a sentence? Kindly raise your foot. No. Anyone? Let me call Sir Ma'am Marge. Yeah,
Okay.
Sir. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I like our word of the day. It's meme. Well, lately, given the price of onions, I have been seeing a lot of memes all over the internet. Onions are very popular nowadays. So you will see all of these things, how precious this commodity is right now. Some even saying that if you smell like an onion, then you must be a rich kid.
Thank you, Ma'am Marge. Okay, next, Ma'am Charmaine. Would you like to give a word example for the meme?
I was preparing for a knock knock earlier and it was Tagalog at it doesn't connect with the meme, so I'm sorry. I didn't prepare.
Okay, that's fine. Sir Bong Castañas. Yeah. Do you have something for us for tonight? A meme?
A meme? Oh yeah. Speaking of onions, they have removed onions in the song Bahay Kubo because onions, sibuyas in Tagalog, are no longer vegetables but jewelry at the moment because of its extraordinarily high price.
Okay, Sir Bong.
All right, I think that's enough example. The audience might think that this is a graded recitation.
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Sir Ed. Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
opportunity.
Thank you for that word of the evening. And so you are encouraged to use the word of the day, meme, later in the proceedings. And I'd like to share with you again, there are many ways for you to make your speeches interesting, and there are many ways for you to insert something funny in your speech. One of the ways that you can make something funny in your speech is to use an analogy, and an analogy that is unique and inspiring or surprising. For example, you can say that a speech should be like a woman's skirt. It should be long enough to cover, it should be short enough to be interesting, but long enough to cover the important parts. So that is an example of an analogy. We're going to proceed with the next portion of our program, which is the prepared speech. And our first speaker for this evening will be Charmaine. Okay, wait. Let me just share my, or maybe I don't have to share, but our first speaker this evening is Charmaine Anhao. She will be delivering a speech from the PAT Engaging Humor Level 1, and it's called Writing a Speech with Purpose. The objective is to learn and review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes, and the evaluator is Diane Christine C. from Molabe Toastmasters Club. The speech title is New Year's Resolution is a Scam. Charmaine, maybe before you deliver the speech, do you have a knock-knock joke to share?
Hello. Yes. It was actually a Tagalog. I hope everyone speaks Tagalog here, I presume. But my knock-knock is... Okay, knock-knock.
Who's
Say
there?
who's there. Sinong fries ang maraming barkada? French fries. Ay, tama! Ang bilis lang. Ang dali lang, no?
Wait a minute, is that a knock-knock joke? You're supposed to sing it, right?
I haven't really prepared,
okay.
but, at least I made you laugh.
Okay, Charmaine, you can now proceed with your speech.
Okay, mic test. New Year's resolution is a scam. At the end of my speech, you will never see New Year's resolution the same way again. My fellow Toastmasters, Happy New Year and good evening. I hope you had fun on your first days of New Year. So, I would like to tell you a story. Of course, as a usual things we do before our new year, we usually move our furniture, we go to the attic, we donate some things. Do you do that? Yes, right? Yeah, so I went to the basement and then I saw my old notebooks. And then my old notebooks, I open it, I dust it up. Okay, I open it. Personal property of Charmaine. Of course, my writing isn't good. I was still a child that time, teenager. Do not read this or you will be cursed for 5 years. I think that's the security feature we have for children. I don't know for you, but for me as a child, I do that one. So in my notebook, as I scanned, there was some like I was crying because of the crushes and everything, my bad days and everything. And then I saw my New Year's resolution. That was 2008. Well, I was 14 years old by that time. Number one New Year's resolution, lose weight at least 5 kilograms. I think everybody has this New Year's resolution on your list. Number two, learn new language, preferably Chinese or Korean. I don't know, but that time Korean was a rampant K-drama princess hour, so I would like to learn Korean. And number three, I would like to learn a musical instrument. After 14 years, only one New Year's resolution was accomplished. Finally, I know how to play a guitar. It wasn't easy, it was very hard, but I was dedicated to learn since I love Tay Tay. I love Taylor Swift. Okay, according to statistics, only 25% of people who made a New Year's resolution made it until 30 days, and only 8% accomplished them all throughout the year. Wow. I don't know to you, but I don't think I've never been into 25% because it was just like, maybe I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Or the next day, I was busy. Same here, I'm a Taylor Swift fan. And then after that, I realized that I have never accomplished 90% of my New Year's resolution. Why is that? Why? Because New Year's resolution is broad and vague. Instead of New Year's resolution, ladies and gentlemen, let us make goals because goals are more measurable and more precise. And when we do our goals, I know you're all professional, we are going to be systematic and organized. We have to track our process. We have to at least make a chart or have a diary or even hire a coach. One of my New Year's resolution is to expertise or be good at public speaking. And you, Sir Ed, Ma'am Alma, encourage me. You are my coach, and thank you so much. And I would like you, if your goal is to have a fitness body, six-pack abs, or you want to learn a new language, you should hire a coach because this will really, really push you. Okay, set realistic goals. I have given you example earlier. 5 kilograms, lose 5 kilograms, and then each year I gain 5 kilograms instead of losing weight. I don't know to you, but it happens to me. And then I also do like I wanted to learn Korean. But after some years, the only Korean word I know is upa and samgyeopsal because that's very popular nowadays. So in Chinese, I only know ni hao ma, xie. That's it. Because my why is not deep enough. So if you make a goal, your why should be deep enough. Why do you want this? Why do you want to have a Kim Kardashian's body to flex it on social media? It's not a bad thing. I didn't say that. But you should have a deep why do you want it? Because that will really push you onto your journey, especially on the hard days, especially when you're busy, especially when you're unmotivated. According to psychology, it is easier for us to accomplish our goals if we are healthy. So instead of doing a lot of things, we should focus to be healthy, doing morning routine, night routine, eat healthy, eat nutritious food, and Just move and be consistent. Guys, consistency is the key versus intensity. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, you don't have to wait for another new year to set a positive change in your life. You can start next week. You can start next day. And the best thing, start now. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, Charmaine. And it's very timely because it's the new year. It's time for New Year's resolution. So, according to Charmaine, let's have New Year's goals.
Yes.
But if you cannot start your New Year's resolution now, don't worry because there's still the Chinese New Year. You can start your New Year's resolution after the Chinese New Year. Oh, by the way, let me share with you another trick if you're trying to deliver a joke for your speech. One way to introduce a joke in your speech is to use banter and to tease somebody. You will notice that sometimes I will make fun in my speeches about Kenley's love life or or uh, or Alma's time zone because you can also make fun of other people in your speech, but just be careful. For example, you can talk about somebody's speech like this. Your speech is both good and original. However, the part that is good is not original, and the part that is original is not good. So that could be a way to make fun of another person. Let's proceed to our next speaker. Our next speaker is delivering a speech project from the innovative innovative planning path. The project is evaluation and feedback, the first speech from this project. And the objective is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. It's going to run for 5 to 7 minutes. By the way, Bong, I might not have mentioned it earlier. You will be the evaluator for this speech. Are you ready to evaluate this speech, Bong? Wait, is Bong still here? Let me...
Yes, I am.
All right. The title of this speech is Embrace New Beginnings. And our speaker also likes the... wait, I forgot the title. I saw that movie. I saw that movie from many years ago. I think it's let me get the title correctly. I hope I did not lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's White Chicks or Hot Chicks. Is that White Chicks?
White Chicks.
All right. Our speaker likes the fun movie White Chicks. Let's listen from our speaker, Marjorie Del Rosario.
Okay. Sir Ed, actually, I came prepared with a joke. Is that okay? We start with
Of course, start with a joke.
All right. And this question is for everyone. Okay, so I'll say it in the vernacular for more impact. Bakit nakaka-stress ang unang buwan ng taon?
Bakit?
See that na? Kasi January. Sama nyo na yung February.
All right.
So, yeah. All right.
By the way, before you proceed with your speech, according to Super Mario, you know the problem, the worry of Super Mario is that he cannot deliver a joke without laughing. So Mario, as you can see, it's not necessary for you to have a poker face when you deliver a joke. You can also laugh at your own joke. Continue your speech, Mario.
All right. I would like to raise a toast to everyone here tonight. To my fellow Toastmasters, guests, and of course, our distinguished evaluators. Now, please feel free to grab your glass of wine or whatever beverage that you feel like having right now so we can all do this together. So I hope for the men, if you are fond of whiskey, there you go, Sir Ed, is that coffee? So raising my glass to raise a toast for the new year. Cheers to a fresh start, a new beginning for all of us. We celebrated the new year with a lot of merrymaking and festivities, right? We spent time with our loved ones, our friends. Indeed, these are precious moments. For most of us, we may have been engrossed in planning for events, what goes in the menu, what decor we will be putting up, where to hold our parties, the venue of our parties, the nitty-gritty of it. Now, post all the parties and get-togethers, perhaps some of us are now diligently poring over our budgets, doing the numbers or crunching over the numbers, managing cash flow to allow some breathing space on the financial front after maxing out those cards, right? So personally for me, I guess that's where I'm at, going over all of this finances, right? Post all the parties. Now, on a side note, it's always good to observe good money management year round and not just during the holiday season. So that's a helpful tip for you. Now that we've settled past the first week of the year, we're already on the second week. I hope we now hit the ground running with helpful strategies, resolutions, or habits that we want to embrace starting this month, starting this week, right? And carry forth in the days ahead. One of the first things that I get for myself every new year is a planner. Anyone here who does the same? Do you have your planners with you? Those who collected perhaps your Starbucks planners, those fancy organizers, right? It's a good way to get started with planning out for the future. Now, I got this planner. I want to show you. I'm gonna put it near the camera. So, well, sorry, but okay. This is my planner, which I got from my recent trip, and it has a message here. And the message right in front, it says, embrace the magic of new beginnings. So it's more evident when I place it like so. All right. So this is my planner, and I would say that this planner inspired my speech for tonight. Embrace the magic of new beginnings. It's a message that resonates with me a lot because I believe that words have a certain music to it, right? And when you put all of these words together, you have embrace, you have magic, new beginnings. It just has that certain ring to it, right? There's a rhythm to it that appeals to me a lot. It's the promise of a new tomorrow and opportunities. Now, my question for all of you is, how may we embrace this brand new year? Now, let me share with you 3 helpful ways that you can consider to make this year your best one yet. And this is what I call the 3 R's. That is reflection, rest, and renew. The first R is reflection. So reflect on happy gains from the past year and missed opportunities. Gauge your personal growth with prompting questions to know yourself more. And I have noted down some of those questions. You can ask yourself, how have you developed as a person from your past experiences? What changes for the better would you like to work on starting tomorrow, starting tonight even? And how can you grow yourself internally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? So these prompts or these questions are a good first step for you to take to get on that reflective mode. Now we move on to the second R, and that is rest. Now that we've taken time to consider these prompts, take a moment to practice self-compassion. Well, there may have been plans in the past that did not materialize last year, or maybe some things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to. Let's not pound our hearts with what ifs or dwell on those moments, dwell on those experiences, but rather just let it go. Know that we have been given this fresh start, this clean slate to try again and make things right. Now, the last R is renew. Renewing oneself is an essential part of expanding as a person. Knowing who we are should be grounded from connecting with a reality that's bigger than us, bigger than our problems or concerns. Renewing ourselves has to do with accepting and understanding that we have to be connected to the true source of life in all things. And the good news is, this renewal is something that we can access every day, every morning when we wake up, to be ready for the new day. And let's not forget, with every new day, we thank God for the promise of fresh starts and new beginnings. So, new year, new hopes, new dreams. Let's make this year our best one yet and consider the 3 R's to conquer 2023. Thank you, everyone. Let's all enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, so let's practice and exercise making good plans, setting goals and making plans. That's a great tip from Marge. So if, on the other hand, if you want to continue making your speech funnier, another thing that you can try doing, as I said, you can make fun of people, but you can also make fun of yourself. So if you're not happy with the speech you just delivered, you can say, I hope you enjoyed my speech. But if you did not, I hope you had a good nap. So that's something you can also say. Making fun of your speech or yourself is probably what you should do first before making fun of others. For our next part of the program, we're going to do the impromptu speech portion. I hope that our impromptu speaker, or I mean the table topics master, has a joke ready for the intro to the session. But let's see. Our table topics master for this evening is Ken Liliong. Ken Liliong, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. And this is what we call the table topics portion of the meeting. And I would like to open this meeting by, I was actually planning to get a joke for this meeting. It was a joke about onions. Unfortunately, as you know, it's more expensive than I expected, and well, I couldn't afford it. So there you have it. And now with that out of the way, I will now continue on with our table topics portion. And what, for the benefit of our guests, what is the table topics? It is the impromptu speech portion, and where each participant gets to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And to help you with the time, we have the timer. And the timer will flash the colors green to signify that your time's almost up and 1 minute has passed, and red to yellow and then red. And when you see red, it means that your time is almost up and you should wrap up your speech. Now, table topics is an interesting portion because we don't need to prepare. And by practicing that way of speaking, we can apply it in real life. In situations where we have to think fast, react to someone's speech, or when someone speaks to you, you'll be able to come up with a reply and talk about any topic. And that is why here we will have some prompts in where we will have the chance to respond, give our opinions, and so on. And with that, I would like to ask our host to provide me with share screen access to help start our quotes for the table topics portion. Because our table topics for this evening is very interesting. I thought that nowadays AI is everywhere. People use AI to write their speeches. But one thing that what helped me wondering was, can AI write jokes? Can they be funny? That's why I was able to find an AI to generate quotes for me for this table topics portion. So please, for the host, please provide me with share screen access. Now, this table topics portion is open to everyone, and I would like to encourage everyone to participate and give your opinion in these topics. Hold on while I look for my slides. All right. As I am sharing my screen, and no, the answer is no. I did not use ChatGPT. I wanted to, but it was full. Therefore, I use another AI to generate the quotes. So I would encourage anyone to volunteer as I show this quote. Now, as I generated, I thought these were very fun and witty. However, there were those that were not even grammatically correct. So as the first prompt is, let's hear what it has to say. You did not wake up today to not be sexy. Be useful. Be useful. So who would like to volunteer and give their opinion on this quote by this AI? Please raise your voice because I'm not accessible. I cannot access the gallery while sharing my screen. If not, I would like to encourage someone to. Okay, I will just call on someone. Let me check my list.
Maybe you can call Lawrence.
Okay, Lawrence, do you want to share what you think about this quote from the AI?
Hello, sir. I have a little joke here. I'm still finalizing the script, I think. So maybe we can I can course through another Toastmaster with that AI joke or AI comment. Thank you.
Okay. So who else would like to give your thought? Is everyone admitting that they're being defeated by an AI? It's man versus machine.
Okay, I'm going to volunteer so that we can get the ball rolling.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Ed.
This AI of Kenley likes to use double negative, so it's very confusing. Did not wake up to be not sexy. So this is very confusing. But I can always set aside sexiness because you have to assume that you already have it and instead focus on being useful. That's why whenever I wake up, I have to find something to do first. There's always something to do at home when you wake up. First, feed the dogs, water the plants, or make sure that the whatever that you hang up for to dry, the laundry that you need to that you hang up to dry, has been collected and placed in the bin. So it is always important to do something useful because when you do something useful, you feel that you are productive. When in this time and age, it is so easy to do something useless. Just open the cell phone and you can spend 2 hours, useless hours, browsing through Facebook, YouTube, Google. You'll be surprised how much time can elapse. Before Facebook, before the cell phone, I waste a lot of time just turning on cable TV, surfing through different programs without watching anything at all. So instead of doing that, control the instinct of doing something useless by trying to look for something to do and feel useful. And if you do that, I promise you, you start the day right. You start the day feeling good about yourself. Make it a habit of finding something useful to do every day. Good evening.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ed. And I agree that being useful is very fulfilling and it actually makes you sexy. So let's move on to another quote from our AI. What does it have in store for us? Let me prop it up again. All right, we've seen this one. So the second quote I found interesting is, eternity begins and ends with public transportation. I believe that this quote is very relatable, especially to those living in the metro. So I would like to volunteer who give your thoughts on what this AI said. Do you agree, disagree? This is your chance to speak in this meeting, and I encourage everyone to volunteer.
I volunteer.
Oh, was that?
Me, Patricia.
Oh, it's Patricia. All right. Take it away, Toastmaster Patricia.
This AI-generated saying, eternity begins and ends with public transportation, reminds me of this joke that says that if you want to end up with someone forever, take a ride with them. Take a ride with them in EDSA, because that way you're going to be with them completely, all eternity, forever. It's really, really funny, but it's also quite frustrating, because I was reading up about sustainable cities last December to be exact. And I chanced upon this 2012 article that said that for Manila to become more sustainable, it needs to be more bike friendly, it needs to have more pedestrian lanes, and it also needs to beef up its public transport. Because the more you encourage people to buy cars, the more congested the roads of the metro would become, like EDSA. But the reason why I'm frustrated is because it's been 11 years since the article was written, and we still have the same problems. We're still not, bike friendly enough. We still don't have enough pedestrian lanes, and we are still car centric. Speaking personally, I take public transport every now and then, I would walk on pedestrian lanes. However, it is a hazard because some pedestrian lanes have I don't know what you call them, electricity poles every few meters. So I'd be walking on the pedestrian sidewalk for like 10 meters, and then I'd have to move to the road for 2 meters because there's there's an electricity pole. And well, it's very funny, actually, the AI generated quote that you shared, but it's also frustrating to know that if you want to stay with someone, to get to know someone at a really intimate level, take a ride with that person on EDSA. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Patricia. And there's hope for us with the plan to fix the traffic in Manila, but it seems that the plan has also been experiencing some delays. Hopefully, it's not delayed as forever. It wouldn't take forever like the traffic. And now let's move on to our final quote for this table topics portion. And I do encourage our guests to participate because this is your last chance to try out and outwit the AI. And for our last quote, it said something like this: someday you must act like a clown. I encourage our guests to try this table topics because in a Toastmasters meeting, this is your last chance to be able to speak and participate. This is a great opportunity. So I'd like to invite our guests, perhaps one of our guests for this evening. Let me see my list. How about Dr. Ye de la Peña? Would you like to give your comment on what this AI said?
Okay, I'll try.
Right.
Someday you must act like a clown. So it's not every day that you have to be serious about things, about life. I mean, It's not every day that you have to ask someone's like because again, it's not every day that you have to ask someone like as tough as as other people, like other people. Then well, I mean, one day, I mean, acting like a clown means you can make fool of yourselves, you make fun of yourselves, you make um funny things about life and everything, and um uh, I think that's it. That's the best I can get.
Thank you, Dr. De La Peña. And well, in life, there are certainly times where we must act like a clown. And in a Toastmasters meeting, they say that you may hear from other Toastmasters that table topics is the scariest or the most challenging portion of the meeting. But for me, in my Toastmasters experience, the most difficult is still delivering a humorous speech. And in that portion, I do end up acting like a clown. Unfortunately, not the funny one either. So that ends my stint as the table topics master of the meeting. And I do hope you appreciate the quotes given to us by our AI companion. And I feel that even if the AI can convincingly make quotes or speeches, I still feel that the human touch is still essential to bring humor to a quote or a speech. So with that, don't be discouraged and be defeated by the AI, and continue to try to be fun. And with that, I return the control back to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Wow, thank you, Ken Lee. That was some tough question from the AI. I don't know if that AI is the most famous AI of all, Skynet, but I think that the questions were really challenging. I hope that the audience were sufficiently challenged by this question, and I hope that the guests will not be terrified to try again, because that is just for fun. This is just for play, doing these table topics. Now, my last advice to you, if you're trying to insert humor into your speeches, is to try to use words with double meaning. Try to work in double meanings into your lines or into your speech. I'm going to share an example. One time I had a friend who was going on a date for the very first time, and he asked me, what happens if I need to kiss the girl? I don't know what I'm going to do. And I said, what? Kissing is so easy. I can do it with my eyes closed. So double meanings. You can use double meanings when you deliver a line. Now, we move on to the next portion of our program. And this is the portion where we get feedback. The person who's going to lead this program likes the comedians. One of the comedians that he likes is Kevin Hart. Of course, if you also want to follow very famous comedians and very famous shows that have humor in them, you can also look for Craig Ferguson on YouTube. He's a very quick-witted person. Our general evaluator for this evening is none other than our VP for PR. Let's welcome Patricia Mirasol. Patricia, take it away.
Sir Ed, I have a knock-knock joke.
Yeah, go ahead.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Avenue.
Did you say Avenue?
Yeah.
All right. Avenue who?
Haven't you seen my joke coming?
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Patricia, and I'm today's general evaluator. I have 3 tasks for the benefit of the guests. My role is to, number 1, introduce the evaluators for the prepared speeches. Number 2, call upon the tag team, also known as the timer, the and haha counter, and the grammarian. for their reports. And number 3, to give my general evaluation of the overall meeting. Let's commence the evaluation portion by bringing on Toastmaster Diane C. of the Molabre Toastmasters Club. She will be evaluating the first prepared speaker, who is Toastmaster Charmaine. Toastmaster Diane, the floor is yours.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So good evening, everyone, and good evening, Charmaine. And I would like to start off by congratulating you for delivering your speech this evening. You were able to write the speech with purpose and to deliver it. I would like to evaluate you based on the type of way, which is content, organization, and delivery. So allow me to provide you some feedback on your speech. I would like to appreciate that you gave a personal story. You share your personal story with us, your own New Year's resolutions to lose weight, learn a new language, and to learn to play a musical instrument. You also started your speech with a catchy opening, which caught our attention, piqued our attention, and also ended it with an equally impactful ending. You also displayed comfortability with the audience, but I noticed you were smiling throughout your speech, and you were quite comfortable in how you delivered your gestures. In addition, I appreciate that you used the power of 3. The 3 New Year's resolutions that you used. Now, how can I help you further in your speech? I noticed that you were using a lot of gestures, and perhaps you could also make your gestures a bit more purposeful. Like if you're saying play a musical instrument, do something like this, or when you were mentioning about losing losing weight, you could make your gestures more purposeful, like this, or something to that effect, no? So to dramatize a bit the gestures. Also, perhaps you could also use signposts. Now, this could make the transitions clearer from losing weight to learning new languages to playing a musical instrument. No? Now, if I may, there's to level up further your speech, perhaps you could also connect your why to the listeners. I heard that you mentioned about what is the doing things now, starting things now, and not just putting it off for another time, but perhaps you could connect it such that you could integrate rather the 3 elements, the 3 steps, the 3 New Year's resolution that you mentioned to the audience. This could create a more impactful speech and make them remember the speech more. But other than that, I have more feedback, and I want to congratulate you again for delivering your speech, and I look forward to hearing more speeches from you. Thank you, Charmaine, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Toastmaster Diane. I love that you gave useful tips to Toastmaster Charmaine, such as tips on gestures and signposts. A point for improvement would be to maybe add your sentences with a downward inflection so that they sound more factual. Like, for instance, you said that I noticed that you were using a lot of gestures. she did use a lot of gestures. It is a fact. So, downward inflection. So it sounds like it's factual, which it is. Thank you very much for adding value to our club. This is, I've seen you several times here. So thank you very much. Okay. Our second evaluator is distinguished Toastmaster Bong Pestañas. He's doing a dual role now. Earlier, we saw him as a humorous speech contestant, and now he is evaluating Toastmaster Marjorie for her prepared speech. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Patricia. First of all, 2 thumbs up for our second speaker because this is the first time that I've encountered a female who is a fan of white chicks. Now that is a really funny movie, but I believe it's geared towards the male psyche. But hearing that Marge is a fan of that movie, and I as well, makes me really happy. Now, I have a lot of quotable quotes from that movie, but it is reserved for another speech. Tonight, we are talking about how Marge developed her first speech about a certain topic, which was new beginnings and how she approaches the new year, basically. Now, all of us are probably still in a holiday mood and are having trouble realigning our priorities for this new year. And Marge illustrated to us how we could focus on the things that we should be accomplishing for this year. And her speech illustrated that. She had good diction, the pronunciation was impeccable. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I enjoyed the vocal variety of her speech. Now, for further improvement on her speech, I felt that you were glancing too much on your notes, Marge. Maybe a couple of instances of simple glances, maybe, because this is your speech, this is your personal story, and I believe that you have it in your heart, memorized basically. So just a few keywords would be enough for establishing the idea of your speech. And also, I thought that your speech was a little hurried towards the end because you were still on your second R when the green marker was up in the timing device. But don't take those as a negative for the path towards a new you and a new beginning. Consider it as an addition to clear the way and to find a smoother path for your success. I've seen your improvement, Marge. You've improved by leaps and bounds as a speaker and as a Maharlikan. Congratulations for achieving the goals of your speech, and I am certainly looking forward to the next speech that is connected to your first speech. Congratulations. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Bong, for another impeccable evaluation. I love that. I love your vocabulary and your turns of phrases, such as when you said, leaps and bounds. I also must commend you on your lighting because your lighting last year was not as good as your lighting now. So I noticed that. Yeah. So you're a photographer, so you know how important lighting is when it comes to, visual. Okay, just my 1 point for improvement is to maybe cut back on the commendation towards the latter part so you can fit in the 2 to 3 minutes given to evaluators, right? Yeah, there you go. All right, now let's move on to the second part of our evaluation session. And we're going to start with the language evaluator, Toastmaster Enzo. Toastmaster Enzo, the floor is yours.
Oh, wait. You forgot our table topics evaluator.
Okay, yeah,
Rojan.
I forgot Rojan. Hi, Rojan. Our next and last evaluator will evaluate all the table topics speakers plus the table topics master. She is my mentor. Toastmaster Rojan, where are you? I can see you.
Present.
The floor is yours. Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. First of all, I was waiting for my moment because I was so busy earlier looking for for a knock knock joke. So I'm gonna start with one.
Yeah, go.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Chicken.
Chicken who?
Chicken niya pa rin babalik sigaw. Ang daming. So this is the first one I found, and I actually found a couple more, which hopefully would justify why I wasn't really able to pay attention to some of the some of the aspects of the speech during the table topic session, but I was still able to listen when I realized that that was not my primary job this evening. Anyway, for our table topic session, we had 3 speakers, and for the first one, that was the peak of me trying to find a knock knock joke, and that was Sir Ed. I'm sorry, Sir Ed, but what I what I remembered from your speech was, this is actually more for Kenny, but you mentioned something about the speech or the quote being or having a double negative, and I didn't really realize that until you pointed that out. And so yeah, I'm to Kenley and maybe to our future table topic speakers as well. We just need to take note that since this is a practice session for future impromptu speaking sessions in the real world, then maybe we can start with something simpler. Or when we do our table topic session, we can do away with double negatives so that the language is more concise. And the second one who participated in the table topic session, now during this portion, I was already partially listening and partially still deciding which knock knock joke to use. And that was Patricia's turn. And what I really remembered from your speech was your ending when you said that to know someone better, you need to take a ride with that person. And that made me realize that when you structure your sentences, the writer in you comes out naturally because the way that you word your ideas is really better than many of us communicate than when many of us communicate the same thoughts. So I really love how you worded pretty much the parts of your speech that I was able to listen to. And lastly, Dr. Ye, thankfully, I was already able to decide which knock knock joke to use. And so I was able to really listen to your speech, Dr. Ye. What I love about your speech is that you did not hesitate to say yes when you were called and asked to participate. And that's always the first step when we want to do better or to do good, when we are asked to participate in a table topic session, to never say no. And my main recommendation is that when you participate or when you find yourself in a situation where you have to say something right on the spot, take some time to gather your thoughts before you start. I felt that at some point you were struggling to find the words to say. And if you find that situation again in the future, if you find yourself in that situation again in the future, one thing that you can do is to try to think of a personal story. It can be your story or it can be someone else's story. Overall, like that I said, I am grateful that we were able to listen to your speech. And lastly, for our table topics master, let me just see the timer. Okay, it's still white. So since our table topics master is Kenley, I have a special knock knock joke for you. I told you I did my research. So again, knock knock. Kenley, this one's for you.
Who's there?
Okay. Kenley.
Oh no.
I think you already know what the answer is, but for everyone.
Kenley who?
Kenley, if living is without you. I was about to say what the timer put in the chat, but I wasn't so sure about that lyric. So anyway, I like the quotes that you shared during the table topic session. And I also, one of my favorite portion from that session is how you ended the session, because you related the last quote about being a clown to our humorous speech contest this evening, and you even found like an angle about you being a clown and you joining our humor speech contest. I thought that that was a witty way to end or to close the session. My only recommendation is that when you find yourself in a similar situation in the future where there are not a lot of volunteers and there are actually several people in our meeting this evening who do not have roles, then maybe you can try to increase the pace of switching to volunteering someone else. But other than that, I feel that you did a very lively and very fun, actually. I find it very amusing, mainly because of the quotes, and some of them were even meme-like, and that's why the visuals added to the interest, at least particularly my interest in the way that you handle the table topic session. Overall, I think that you were able to successfully manage our table topic session. And I wanted to end with another knock knock joke, but I feel that I'm gonna be overdoing it if I do that again. So I'm gonna turn over the proceedings to our general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rojan. I was going to say that a point of improvement for you was to spend less time looking for the jokes. However, I can't fault you for doing it because it's a very fun assignment and given to us by our TME, Sir Ed. I think we had a fun time looking for jokes. And I was also going to say that maybe you could use the word of the day, but I heard you insert it towards the end of your speech, okay? I'd just like to say that I commend you on how you handled our guests' evaluation. I was preparing for my role earlier this evening, and I read somewhere that evaluations should enhance or at least preserve the speaker's self-esteem, and that evaluators should help prepared speakers develop their skills. And you were able to do that. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rojan. Now let's move on to the second portion of our general evaluation. And this is our tag team composed of our timer, the and haha counter, and the grammarian. Let's start with the language evaluator for today. It's Toastmaster Enzo. Toastmaster Enzo, the floor is yours.
Hi, Ma'am Patty. Thank you for that kind introduction. So actually, I don't have a joke tonight because this face is already a joke. Imagine a pretty woman like Charmaine shall fell with this face? No, I'm already slapped with the reality. I knew some women always telling, I just need a man who's loving, caring, and loyal. But me, dagdagan nyo. A man that is loyal and handsome. A man that is caring and handsome. Dapat laging on point yung handsome para magustuhan. On my younger years, women called this face goons, stalkers, beggars, construction workers, and sometimes water delivery boy. But when my friend, who is a good-looking passes by, they call him an admirer. I need justice talaga. Char, joke lang. So I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just telling the truth. Come on. But this face, I'll tell you, kapag minahal mo, tulog ka pa. Tulog ka na, nakangiti ka pa.
Wait, Enzo, you're losing your audio.
Okay, so that's it. I'll just kidding. I invented this script for meme purposes. So good evening again. I am your language evaluator, your grammarian, and now self-proclaimed linguistic perfectionist imposter per se. Just kidding. I am tasked to pay attention to all speeches, thus look for grammar lapses or the germs, and the creative words and phrases or the gems. And also to check out memers who use the word of the day, and here is my report. Generally, the speeches are like bread. Unlike my dog that is half bred. My nose just bled. How can I evaluate when aces are red? I need to be led, but when violets are blue, my mind just fled. I need to be fed on my bed. I don't know the relevance of these words on each other. It just came out on my mouth, especially when my speech and gramming is Carabao. Apologies, thank you. time. Sorry.
Lawrence, thank you very much for that spiel. I wonder if you could share with us who was able to use the word of the day. Do you have a list of that? Enzo?
I didn't focus on that part
Okay.
kasi I focus on the spiel part per
Okay,
se.
all right. Okay.
Sorry.
I'll let you off the hook. It's okay. It's fun. I like your spiel. Okay, let's move on to the next the next member of the tag team. It's Distinguished Toastmaster Mario Ampil of the Friends and Trends Toastmasters Club. He will be handling the and ha counter. Toastmaster Mario, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Madam G. And good evening, everyone. So I am tasked to count the ahs and to count the hahas. So here is my report. Okay. So I'll start on the negative side. I'll start with the ahs. Okay. Bong has only 1, Rojan 3, Enzo 6, Dayan 6, Ed Pabonan 9, and Dr. De La Cruz 10. Well, I'll give my tips for lessening the ahs later. Now for the haha, wow, this is a difficult task because in an online setting pala, when you don't hear other people laugh, you might have to figure out the humor yourself. But I was able to count the hahas. So Candy has 1, Rojan 2 with her jokes, Enzo 3, Enzo 4, Charmaine 3, Ed, of course, with his jokes, 4. Okay. Now, these are my tips. To increase your humor, okay, well, in my school, I'm a teacher in a school. People consider me a very serious person. And, that's nice because when you're serious and the few times you deliver a joke, it really brings down the house. My only tip for being funny is just feel positive. And, I kind of say a lot of funny things when I feel very positive and inspired about myself and about everything. Now about lessening the ahs, as they say, speak slowly and pause before you say anything. And I'll give you one last tip. For the counter, sometimes you can volunteer to be the counter. In my club and in other Toastmasters club that I attend, I am normally the highest in the account, but I thank Ed for inviting me to be the accounter because now I can cheat on the account. Today, I do not have any I've researched on the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and cheating on the account is not a mortal sin nor a venial sin. And I do not know anyone who has gone to hell because of cheating in the account. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ed. And back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Distinguished Toastmaster Mario, and for sharing, for tallying the and aha counter, and also for sharing tips on how to increase humor in our speeches and lesson fillers. By the way, I love the name of your club, Friends and Trends. I'm very intrigued right now to learn more about the origin of that name. Okay. Third of all, we have our timer, Toastmaster Rodney, who will tell all of us if we were all on time today. Toastmaster Rodney, the floor is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I am your timer. And just like DTM Mario Ampil, I really love the role as a timer. I don't get to be counted in the AHA count in the language evaluated. And, it seems like I have the infinity stone, the time stone. If I change the color, I would see the speed of the speech changes, especially if it turns to red. Anyways, we started on time, 7:29, and we proceeded with the humorous speech contest, and it was done within time, and prepared speeches too. All are within time. Congratulations, except with one evaluator, Miss Diane C. 3 minutes and 42 seconds, just 12 seconds. We can forgive that. And of course, we are evaluating Charmaine, who is also a beginner. By the way, timer's report or our guided time is just a guide. Doesn't mean that we did wrong in exceeding the time. It just gives us to be conscious of and respect the program. And I think that's all. Just leave you some quotes. Before that, can I have my my joke also?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes.
Go on.
Okay. Do you know that if you clean a vacuum cleaner, you become a vacuum cleaner? Anyways.
Patricia wants you to repeat that line. She did not hear you properly. You have to repeat it for Patricia.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that if you clean the vacuum cleaner, you become a vacuum cleaner? Ta-da! Anyways, okay. We can't make up lost time, but we can only do better in the future. Maybe I'll do better in the future with my jokes. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Roddy. And that was a great joke. I didn't get it the first time, but that was a great joke. Okay. And lastly, I think this is a unique feature in our club. We also have a Heart Master role. Toastmaster Janice will tell you all about it in a few seconds. Toastmaster Janice, the floor is yours.
Happy New Year, everyone. It's so nice to be Heart Master once again. And part of our New Year's resolution is to be like very attentive when it comes to listening to the speeches. So I hope that you will be able to answer the questions and enjoy this at the same time. By the way, I don't have a joke. Anyway, number one. What is the title of Bong's speech?
Put on the mouth. Put on the mouth. Is that
Dead air.
Yes.
In
In
the mouth. Okay.
Okay. Number two. What is the title of Jovel's speech?
Hey daddy, hey daddy.
Yeah, correct. And then in the speech of Charmaine, how many pounds did she lose and how many pounds did she gain?
She said kilos.
5. She said kilos. sorry. Oh, 5. Okay. And then in her speech again, what are the 2 languages that she intends to study?
Korean and Chinese.
Yes. And then she when is the best time for her to make New Year's resolutions? To make changes?
Now.
Now.
Yes, correct. And then what is the title of Marge's speech?
New beginning. Something.
Yeah, good enough.
Embrace
new beginnings.
Yeah.
New beginning.
And then what was the movie that she mentioned?
Wild Chicks, right?
White Chicks.
White.
No, white. Right.
White Chicks.
Correct.
And then she mentioned 3 R's.
Reflect, relax, renew.
Wow.
Okay.
You reflect.
Reflection, rest, and renew.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Renew. Okay, so that's it, everybody. You did very well. And until our next Harp Master session, Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Janice, for steering the Master portion of our evaluation sessions. Now it's my turn to give my general evaluation of the overall meeting. I think that we can give ourselves high marks for tonight because I'm looking at my checklist right now and the meeting started on time. All the role players did their roles well, and there weren't any technical errors. The audio was okay all throughout. The presentations worked fine. And what else do we have? The grammarian gave a word of the day that was appropriate for the theme. So did the table topics master. He gave talking points that were fitting for tonight's theme, which was just for fun. And the contest master, Sir Ed, who also is today's Toastmaster of the evening, he explained the contest rules earlier in the meeting, so everybody knew what was going on. And there were no unnecessary distractions. What else do I have? We started the prepared speeches exactly at 8:05. We started the table topic session exactly at 8:25. And yeah, I think my only point for improvement would be to maybe grant share access to all those who need all those who need it prior to the meeting. So for an even smoother flow. Also, Sir Ed, I'd like to commend you as a Toastmaster of the evening because you gave everyone a very fun assignment prior to the meeting and it kept us engaged all throughout these hour and a half. And you also volunteered to tackle the first table topic when no one wanted to initially. So that was that got the ball rolling, like what you mentioned. And you also mentioned useful tips for introducing jokes in your speeches, and I will take your word for it because you are a humorous speech contest champion. So of course. All right. I don't know if I should point out the fact that it's 9:12 and we're already about to end our meeting. We don't have any other items in our agenda. I'm not sure if it's a bad thing because I always mention that we should end our meetings on time, but right now it's ending ahead of time. So I don't know if it's a bad thing or not. I'd like to take these extra few minutes to welcome our other guests who arrived shortly around the table topics portion. I'd like to welcome Melanie and Robel Cordova. Hi, Robel and Melody, would you like to share your feedback about what you saw here tonight?
I guess I'll go first. Good evening, everybody. This is actually my second time participating as a guest in the Toastmasters. I find that this meeting is well organized. There is a certain role that everybody was able to fulfill. And the first one that I attended was very hazy to me. It didn't really make sense that much. I think right now I'm getting a pretty good feel of how a Toastmasters meeting is going. So, and the end part was also a great way to establish what you learned during the speeches. So, yeah, thank you for having me as a gear guest tonight. Thank you. And sorry I was late.
No, it's okay. Thank you very much for your feedback, Robel, and we hope to see you again in our future meetings. Would Melanie like to say anything?
Yep, yeah, sure. Hi everyone. So yeah, this is my first time. Sorry I was late as well. So yeah, I actually I love the vibes of the meeting. So it's kind of like, it's super chill. So I'm super amazed and I may want to attend again for sure. Yeah, that's it for me.
Good to know. How did you find us?
I think that's through Meet. I don't, not sure if it's through Meetup or Facebook, but don't remember. Sorry.
You can follow our Facebook and we even have a LinkedIn page for updates on our weekly meetings and so on and so forth, and our
Okay.
other activities. Yeah. All right. How about Dr. Yed de la Peña? Would you like to share your feedback about today's session?
Yes, sir. Yes. Actually, it's not my first time, but I attended. I think 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, and then I've been busy. That's why this year I think I can focus more on this group that we have right now. So my comment is I'm actually pretty amazed on how you guys deliver all the speeches and how you create this type of program, and I'm very confident that this will be helpful for me, and also I'm just happy to be here, and hopefully I'll be able to attend more sessions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your feedback, Dr. Ye. I do hope then, we all hope that you'll be able to attend more sessions in the future. We meet up every Tuesday night, same time. Okay. Toastmaster Kenley reminds me that we still need to know the results of the contest earlier. I think I should turn the control back to the Toastmaster of the evening now, Sir Ed. Sir Ed?
All right, thank you, and I'm sure that you're excited to learn the results of this contest. We only have two contestants, and unfortunately, we have to declare a winner. But according to Alma, and let me clarify this, we can send two representatives to the area contest. So maybe whatever position both contestants tonight will take, they will both qualify for the area contest. Now let me give you the results. First, I'd like to thank the Chief Judge, Sarah C. And also, I'd like to thank our other functionaries, the tallier Janice, the timer Rodney. For the other judges, I will not reveal your names for your safety. So I'll just announce the names of the winners. The winners. First, the second placer for tonight's contest. Let's hear the imaginary drum roll. Second placer is Jovel Fernandez. So Jovel, congratulations. And of course, that leaves us with one first placer, and that would be Bong Pestañas. Bong, congratulations. By the way, I can only give a prize to the first placer, and the prize would be an Asti Spumante sparkling wine. I'm going to have that sent by Grab, maybe before the week is over. So now let me just close this portion with the reminder that anyone, as you can see by the exercise that we did tonight, we can, with the proper prompt, with the proper urging, and a very safe environment, we can all try to be funny. And if you can try to be funny, then try to be playful with the way that you deliver your speeches. Try to, in the words of Melanie, try to be chill with the way that you deliver your speeches. And if you can do that, you will have an audience that's more comfortable with you, and they will listen more to you. So I'm going to now give you to our president, Alma San Antonio. Alma, take it away.
Thank you, Sir Ed, and our Toastmaster of the day, and thank you to our guest, Miss Sarah, for this is Maharlika Toastmasters Club present the certificate of appreciation to Sarah C. DL3 for serving as the chief judge at the meeting of the Maharlika Toastmasters Club, given today, 10th of January 2023. And is there any other certificate? I think, Sir Ed, because guest was already introduced, and
Yeah.
can we just
Okay,
have
we can
the
proceed to the Maharlika
Maharlika
song.
Toastmasters, Maharlika song?
Oh, by the way, before I end, I'd like to encourage all the guests tonight. You can join us again next week at the same time, 7:30. Next week, we're going to have the International Speech Contest. And if you are interested in joining our club on a more permanent basis, you can contact me or contact our president, Alma San Antonio, for the application forms and the guidelines on how to become a member. So I'm going to give you the Maharlika song. Let's all listen to this video, or let's all enjoy this video.
When we meet, it is fun all night long. We laugh at jokes, we sing along. Our hearts beat right on the wrong. Maharlika, Maharlika, in your name we must forge ahead. Maharlika, Maharlika, we will challenge without dread. Even if we have diverse views, at certain times our minds are confused. Maharlika, Maharlika, in spirit and love we are one. Maharlika, Maharlika, in your name we must forge ahead. Maharlika, Maharlika, feel the challenge without dread. Even if we have diverse views, at certain times our minds are confused. Maharlika, Maharlika, in spirit and love we are one.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming. Let's have a group photo.
Yes, everyone, can you turn on your videos so that I can take a picture of you as a souvenir, as a memento for this meeting? Melanie, is it okay for you to turn on your video? All right, let's all give a joyful smile, and it's our new resolution. It's going to be our resolution to end our meetings on time. Okay. Good night, everyone, and see you
Thank you
again next week.
everyone. As
Night.
the
Adjourn the
club
meeting
Thank
first.
president,
you.
Adjourn the meeting.
Oh, wait, you have
as
not
the
adjourned the
club
meeting pala.
president of Maharlika Toastmasters Club, I now adjourn our meeting at 9:23. Wow! We
Good
end our meeting
night.
on time.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Very
Good
good,
night. Good
TME.
evening.
Bye.